What's up, everybody? It's Manny Brandon. We're back with Manny's Fitness Fortress, the citadel of power. Guys, today we're going to dive into a discussion with Candace Owens about women working in the sex industry, Onlyfans, and all the pitfalls of women that are over-sexualizing their body.
When you're on Onlyfans and selling your body, like your body's only going to go in one direction. Like when you give up your life to God, I've seen it happen. I was thinking about that with Kayla because I had a former porn star on my show. I don't like the games that people play where they do something that's so obviously outrageous, like Lizzo in a thong shaking her ass cheeks. You know what that was. This is A, disgusting, B, perverted.
We're going to delve into the mental health and trauma surrounding all of these situations. Don't go anywhere. Are you ready? Okay, guys, thanks for joining me. Don't forget to check out all the links in the descriptions. Tap them all. Cash App, PayPal, if you wanted to support the channel. I appreciate you, all of you guys, women and men. We do fitness, nutrition, mental health, and wellness on this channel. Tap into my YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook at Manny Brandon. Let's get started. We got 4 major clips that I want to share with you guys. Then we're going to delve in and dissect each one, plus a bonus at the end.
You know, and you're going to realize the men, the options, and also, by the way, when you're on OnlyFans and selling your body, like your body's only going to go in one direction. Like you are a stock that is just declining with age, right? So there's going to be the next 18-year-old that wants to put her boobies on the internet, and you're just not going to be able to bring in the money that you could. So, you know, it's the youth, you know, they say youth is wasted on the young, and I think that that's very true. I think there's a new environment where also the materialism that's on Instagram makes them want more before they have to work for it.
All right, basically in this clip, Candace Owens is trying to share with a group of Instagram and OnlyFans junkies on the Fresh and Fit show that the fast money comes now, the glamour, the glitz, the immediate lifestyle looks really pretty up front, but in the long term, 10, 20 years down the road, they're not going to have the money, their bodies are going to be used up. Most men are not going to want them. The delusion of many women that sexualizing or over-sexualizing their body will lead to a full, long lifetime worth of value. That's the thing, a lot of young girls, they don't see, you know, the light at the end of the tunnel, or the darkness in this case, where, yes, you get the fast money up front, but you're over-sexualizing your body. Most women, I want to believe in this, you know, culture, still want fundamentally family and kids. So when you're 30, 45 years old, you're supposed to already have that transitional period in between 25 and 35 is very crucial for women. They say it doesn't matter how you start, it matters how you finish, but in this case, it matters how you start. Right out of high school, you should be headstrong, jumping into your focus, your purpose as a woman, vetting your potential partner at that age while you're in college, or pursuing your career or degree at the same time, not waiting till the age of 30 or 35 to vet a partner. Just having a good structure. I know a 2-parent household is very crucial in, you know, situations like this, and that's very lacking in today's society. I think it's something like 60-70% of households have a 1-parent household, and that's a whole nother video. We're going to get into you know, effeminate men coming out of those households because the young men don't have a masculine father figure to look up to, and toxicity being infused into the minds of young women because of a single-parent household with a bitter or unresponsive mother, you know, that is coming from a failed marriage. But that's a whole nother video.
When you give up your life to God, I've seen it happen. I was thinking about that with Kayla because I had a former porn star on my show, and you should definitely watch that episode. And she transformed her life. She has kids, she's married, and she just came to her faith. And it was a really interesting conversation to talk about, you know, the industry, same thing, drug addiction, everything. And then she just gave up her life to God and, you know, met somebody at church who just wanted to know more about her. She was very open about, you know, her life and where she came from. And now she has like 3 kids, you know. Damn. She's been married to him for years, and what brought them together was faith. And I think that it is such a strong tenet, and people turn away from it so much. But what God can do in your life when you give up your life to God, I've seen it happen.
Basically, that previous clip is Candace explaining that If you get something that has enough of an impetus to change your life, you can change and destroy and stop that promiscuous sexual behavior. And a lot of people, are up in arms about this type of thing where, oh, you believe in your God, I believe in my God, that's not going to change me, I want to do what I want to do. Faith does heal. Sometimes women do wake up, and seeking God is the answer for all of the world's problems. I don't care if you're talking about famine, you're talking about homelessness, you're talking about destroyed marriages, problems on the job, relationships. We actually have to go back to the Bible to eliminate a lot of these problems. That's the answer. But people are trying to meander and navigate their way around the obvious solution. So what Candace is saying, that she gave an example of a woman who turned her life over and seeked out God and changed her life dramatically. 3 kids, married, ceased with the promiscuous behavior. And for you guys, just as a side note, I'm tired of people saying, oh, that's your opinion, I can believe what I want to believe, my God. Listen, there's been scientific and historical facts that have corroborated things that happen in the Bible and what's coming. You can change your entire life, whatever your vice is. And that's what she's talking about. You can change your life around. Promiscuity destroys everything. If you exhibit that behavior too many years into your life, a lot of times there's just no coming back. The point is to try to wake up and see the value in yourself as a human being, as a woman, and get out of that before it's too late. Because yes, the money, the attention, the heightened sense of value, it's all fake. None of it's real. If all you have is a bunch of bodies to your name and now no more money, a life of promiscuity, and a low value, no man is going to want that. A lot of female on this feminist trip are trying to seek power, trying to seek independence, but women are not independent. They were not made to be independent with all this masculinity. They were made to depend on men. That's why when they go out and say, well, I can do anything, but then when you put them in a situation that only men can do, they say, well, no, I need help. So they want to be feminine when it's convenient. No, you're not supposed to be masculine at all. I don't care if it comes to finance, working. If your man makes $30,000 a year, you make $100,000 a year, he is still your husband. He is still the head of the household. And that's the hardest thing. Women have a problem with these terms like obey, subserviency, things like that. All spiritual conflicts as well as mental health issues. A lot of people don't realize a lot of stuff that stem from mental health issues stem from a spiritual warfare. It's actually a spiritual battle. This one woman that Candace is talking about changed her outcome.
I don't like the games that people play where they do something that's so obviously outrageous, like Lizzo in a thong shaking her ass cheeks. You know what that was. This is A, disgusting, B, perverted. People take their kids to the games. It's like, is there no safe space that's sacred? You got little boys like fans of LeBron James that want to sit there, and now they got Lizzo with her ass cheeks like shaking, and then she's like, if you don't like it, it's your problem. It's like, no, you are being problematic, and now you're playing the game where you do something outrageous, and then when we outrage, you pretend that we're the crazy ones. Stop gaslighting me, okay? You're very large and you got your ass cheeks out on the side of the court at a basketball game. I reserve the right to now comment on that, and I do. And then they pull it out, like, Candace is coming after Lizzo. No, Lizzo came after me with her ass cheeks.
As someone that is attracted to thicker women, this is problematic for me.
As someone
who my metabolism is changing, I battle with the scale. This is troublesome what you're saying.
No, you are trying to be nice, so you're putting yourself in the same category as Lizzo courtside, and you know that's not that.
I don't even know where to begin with this Lizzo clip, this first Lizzo clip. If a man, first of all, everything that Candace said was completely correct, absolutely right. Joe Budden is simping, trying to defend and co-sign what she did in a public forum in front of men, women, children, babies. If a man had done that, if there was an obese man wearing a thong, let's forget about sex or gender. If a man had done that wearing a thong with his ass cheeks out, he would have been arrested and charged with indecent exposure. Anybody who doesn't believe that, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Some things are not socially acceptable because you have females that say they were traumatized or fat shamed at a young age, or they do a video when they know what the backlash is going to be, like with Cardi B and Lizzo. You can't cry about being fat shamed when there's more appropriate ways to dress yourself with attire when you're in a video or when you're in a public setting. That was disgusting. If a man had done that, he'd be walked out, security, indecent exposure, he'd be in prison at least overnight. It's like Joe Budden is saying, I have a problem with heavy women because I have a problem with what you're saying because I'm an advocate for, thick women. And he's trying to say that all big people aren't unhealthy. Like it's okay. It's not okay because like Kevin Samuels used to say, if you go back in your family tree and you look at the size of your mothers and daughters and men, they were not that size. Now granted, I understand they're putting a lot of stuff in the food and making it very addictive and stuff like that, but guess what? There's a large portion of the Earth's population that are not obese that make conscious and intelligent decisions when they grocery shop. They don't go to these fast food joints. When they grocery shop, they read the back of the labels on the ingredients on the packages. Asians, still most Caucasians are not obese, overweight. You have Indian, people of Indian descent, and Native Africans, people all over the world. It's just ridiculous. We have an excuse for everyone who has advice, and instead of offering them the problem, saying, we've been lying to you, we've been putting stuff on the commercials, pushing this narrative, but this is the problem. No, they just keep pushing and pushing food and saying, it's okay if you're fat. You good, you big, girl, you cute and curvy. No, it's unhealthy. And Joe Budden, you are wrong. Anyone who's big, even bodybuilders, powerlifters that weigh 300, 350, 270 pounds, that excess mass brings on pre-diabetic situations in that body. It brings on high blood pressure, even if it's muscle that big. That's why a lot of bodybuilders and powerlifters have to monitor their blood pressure. It's unhealthy if you're big, even a man. But most women who are 80% overweight in America, most black women who are 80% obese in America, 80% overweight, and I think 55 to 60% obese, are being told that they're cute. Just go on with yourself, girl. You fly. And that's the problem. People like Joe Budden, I love Joe Budden, but on this issue, he's 100% wrong. You cannot co-sign that or something that's making our black women more and more unhealthy and just tell them that it's okay, you cute, do you ain't got to worry about it. I get, LIZZO has high blood pressure. And that's one that I can say that. I'm not a doctor. You cannot have a certain body mass index. You cannot be a certain weight and a certain height. You can't be that type of dimension and not have high blood pressure. Ask her to reveal that. That's crazy. Joe Budden is simping. I know he's sympathetic for people that are fat shamed, but guess what? Anorexia is not. It's a condition. It's very much an issue in this country, but it is nowhere near the severity of obesity in America and the world, especially obesity with African American women. So stop it. Knock it the hell off, Joe.
Okay. Why do I have to eat shit and someone tell me it tastes good?
Why do you associate big with being unhealthy?
Because it literally is the number one killer in America.
Oh, here you go with your fucking facts again.
Oh,
there are big people that are healthy, Candace. Everybody is not petite and beautifully shaped.
You don't need to be petite. You don't need to be petite. Because the other side of that, and we would never glorify this, is imagine if every day I was tweeting about my anorexia and I was just like skin and bones. And I was like, I didn't eat today. I haven't eaten in 3 days.
That's not healthy.
Look at that. It's the other end of the same spectrum. Being anorexic is not healthy, and being the size of LIZZO is not healthy. That's it, okay? That's reality. So why, do you see what you did there? Anorexia, definitely not healthy.
That's not healthy.
Because you've already accepted the fat acceptance movement.
No, because I've seen people go through that and it wasn't healthy.
This last clip, Joe Budden is talking about, he's blaming metabolism. He says, I struggle, my metabolism is changing. Do you know how many 35, 40, 45, 50-year-old men, Joe, get in the gym, that look better than me, older than me, 60-year-old men look better than me? That metabolism's excuse is it's done, man. It's over. It's overplayed. It's called get in the gym a half an hour every day and do some cardio. When you bring your weight down to a sustainable, healthy number, then you hit the gym for resistance training 3 times a week. If you're morbidly obese or if you have joint issues, consult your doctor, but do something low impact like stationary cycling, treadmill, Stairmaster, elliptical, swimming in shallow water. Come on, man, stop it, knock it the hell off. Talking about my metabolism. That's the excuse that a lot of women, especially black women, are making these days. My family's metabolism, it's in my genetics. And we go to doctors and they just lie and say, do you have a history of high blood pressure? Does your family have a history? They're using that as an excuse to give you medicine, to medicate you. And the doctors actually technically aren't lying, because if you go back and say, yes, my mother had it, my sister had it, her mother had it, her mother had it, then technically you do have a history of high blood pressure, diabetes, but you gotta look at why. A lot of black people stem from the South. A lot of that type of cooking, almost all of that type of cooking in the 80s, 70s, 60s was high sodium, high fat, greasy cooking. I'm gonna say it just like that. Fatback, chitlins, macaroni and cheese. A lot of people still eat this way today. Tradition and recipes and cooking, habits are passed down from mother to daughter in the black community. So yes, if your great grandma had high blood pressure and she ate cheese and sodium, processed meat, not grass-fed, and a ton of crazy processed food, packaged foods, high sodium, Kool-Aid, and then her daughter does it, and then her daughter does it, of course you're going to have a history of high blood pressure. So stop talking about the metabolism, Joe, and get in the gym, man. I've seen you, and I saw you when you first started your podcast. Everybody's metabolism changes, but mine did, and I was up to 250 pounds at one time, bulky, but with fat. I'm about 220 right now. As busy as you are with your podcast and your businesses, you can hit the gym, and those are countermeasures for your metabolism. But listen, don't use it as an excuse. You have a big platform to give black women a pass on not exercising, on just accepting their obesity or heavy weight, and accepting the fact that they can go out in public venues and twerk with their skin showing in promiscuous behavior. Don't do that. That's what's wrong with our community today, our community. Sisters have been told that they can do anything, no matter how nauseous and degrading it is, and it's cute. We got to do better as a community. I'm gonna play this clip real quick, guys, about LIZZO, about being fat shamed, and it comes after she did this video with Cardi B. But you can't expect to execute behavior like that, that's blatantly disrespectful and inappropriate to be done in front of audiences that includes children, young girls. What are you teaching them? Well, listen to this.
I feel so down. I worked so hard.
She says she's being fat shamed and the target of racist comments on social media.
It's racist and it's hurtful.
Ironically, lyrics in the song deal with body shaming. Wearing a wig cap, she shares her pain.
It's like it doesn't matter how much positive energy you put into the world, you're still gonna have people who have something mean to say about you.
Lizzo couldn't hide her sadness.
I worked so hard.
So I'm going to close this out. She said it doesn't matter how much positive energy you put into the world, people still... That is not positive energy. I guarantee you, if she had done the same, she had visited the same venues and maybe not been overweight, not had attire that exposed her whole ass was out, and did a different type of dance as far as twerking, I guarantee none of this would have ever, she wouldn't even be fake. You wouldn't even know who LIZZO is. That's clout chasing and then getting upset with the outcome, with the backlash. Listen, even Cardi B, you know, the sensuous and promiscuous dancing that she does in her videos, she's not overweight and she's not putting a mass of fat ass cheeks in front of children at, you know, auditoriums, games, stuff like that. But even so, when you mix the two, promiscuous dancing, showing, you know, way too much skin, seeking defense of most women because you're a girl and crying, that's just, you know, that's crocodile tears. You have to do better. There's a way to present yourself as an entertainer without doing it like this and affecting our youth. And this is not positive energy. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's kind of lengthy, but I just wanted to put that out there. We have to do better as women. Trying to seek out independence is not the way. Trying to seek out empowerment and bettering yourself is cool, but you don't have to expose your body. Just seek out any type of attention to acquire your dreams at any cost. Hope you enjoyed this. Check out our future videos. Every week we drop new content. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, share, and I'll see you next time.